a question for you children. How did you get your name? Good morning, children. Welcome to Preschool Meeting. I'm Miss Stephanie, and I'm so glad to see you. I've got two guests today. Jeff the dog is back. Hi, Jeff. And Jeff brought his good friend, Dodo. Hi, Dodo. Hi, this is Dodo the bear. Here, let me bring you up here so the children can see you. Yep, this is Dodo. And of course, you remember Jeff. He's been here before. Jeff knows the ropes, right? You know what happens at Preschool Meeting. This is Dodo's first time at Preschool Meeting, so Jeff, you can help, right? Yeah, if Dodo has any questions or isn't sure what to do, you could let him know. Okay? Yeah, Jeff can be your helper. I'm so glad you're here, Dodo. Here, let's settle in and talk. We're going to tell the children what we're going to be talking about today, okay? We're going to be talking about names. And Dodo and Jeff, you both said it was okay, right? If I talk to the children about how you got your names. Is that still okay? Yeah? Okay. So, Dodo and Jeff are my sons' stuffies. Two of my sons have two stuffies. And did you remember you came from England? Yes, they came from England, very far away. They came over on a plane. They were a present from the boys' Aunt Helen and Uncle John. And, oh, let me see. You remember being on the plane? You do? Oh, you wore a seatbelt. You wore a seatbelt. Well, that was very safe of you. Good for you. Yes, that was very safe. So, Dodo and Jeff right. I think that's a good idea. Dodo, Jeff thinks that you should get a safety badge because you wore a seatbelt on the plane. Would you like a safety badge? Yes? Okay, I'll get you one later. Okay, that's a nice idea. That's nice, Jeff, how you're helping Dodo know how things are at Preschool Meeting, because sometimes we do safety badges, right? Just like at my preschool, sometimes we would do safety badges. If a child noticed another child doing something very safe, or if a teacher noticed, we might say, oh, I think you should have a safety badge. Would you like one? And if the child said yes, we'd make a safety badge. Yeah, so Dodo gets a safety badge. That's a good idea. It's important to wear your seatbelt on the plane. Okay, so when they arrived at our house, the boys opened up the box and they were so excited to meet these two. And they named Jeff, our doggy here, Jeff. And I think that's because they have an Uncle Jeff who lives in New York. Yes, so you were named after Uncle Jeff. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we get named because someone else in our family that we love has or had that name, right? Right, so you were Jeff. And then you got named Dodo, right? Dodo. And do you know what? They just named you Dodo because they liked the name. They just liked the name. So they chose Dodo. But here's something interesting. Would you like to know something, Dodo, interesting? Yes? Okay, here's something interesting. The boys didn't know that their grandmother was called Dodo when she was younger. So in a way, you were named after someone else too, after grandmother. Yes, who was called Dodo, Grammy. Yes, that's right. So that's how you two got your names, right? I got my name because my parents liked it. That's all. Sometimes that's what happens. So I have a story to read to you children about a little girl and how she got her name. And I hope you'll enjoy it. And Dodo and Jeff, I hope you enjoy it too. Okay, let's check it out. Children, the book I'd like to read to you is called Alma and How She Got Her Name. It's about a little girl, and her name is Alma. Actually, there's more to her name than that. She has a very long name. Let's see what we think about it. Alma and How She Got Her Name by Juana Martinez-Neal. Alma Sofia Esperanza Jose Pura Candela had a long name. Too long, if you asked her. That's a lot of name to write. She's doing her letters here. Alma Sofia Esperanza Jose Pura Candela. A beautiful name. It is long. She thinks it's too long. My name is so long, Daddy. It never fits, Alma said. Come here, he said. Let me tell you the story of your name. Then you can decide if it fits. So he's taking down a book
book of pictures, perhaps. Oh, I think it's a photo album, pictures of the family. He's going to tell her about the different parts of her name. Sophia was your grandmother, he began. She loved books, poetry, jasmine flowers, and of course me. This is what the daddy is saying. She was the one who taught me how to read. So the daddy's going to explain each part of her name, why it was chosen for her. And there is a picture of Sophia, Alma's grandmother, his mommy. I guess he really loved his mommy, so he wanted Alma to have part of his mother's name. I love books and flowers, and you too, Daddy. I am Sophia. Now that she knows where Sophia has come from, she thinks, well, that fits, because I love books and flowers and my daddy, just like my grandmother did. Esperanza was your great-grandmother. That means her grandmother's mother. Great-grandmother, he continued. She hoped to travel, but never left the city where she was born. Her only son grew up to cross the 7 seas. Wherever her sailor son went, so did Esperanza's heart. So Esperanza wanted to travel, but she couldn't. But her son traveled, and so she learned about the world through her son. Maybe he sent her letters and came home and told her stories. The world is so big. I want to go see it, Daddy. You and me together. I am Esperanza. This is a map of all the different countries on our planet Earth, and it looks like Esperanza's planning where she would like to travel to, what she'd like to see when she gets there. Jose was my father, Alma's daddy said. He was an artist with a big family, like many people had back then. Early each morning, he walked to the mountains and the plazas to paint everyday life. Sometimes I went along. Your grandfather taught me to see and love our people. So this is a portrait of Alma's grandfather, her daddy's father. And here is what he looked like when he was younger, when he would paint up in the mountains. I wake up early every day and I draw a lot too. This morning I drew a kitty cat for you, Daddy. I am Jose. So she's an artist too. It seems like she's finding out that her name fits her. Let's see. Pura was your great aunt. She believed that the spirits of our ancestors are always with us, watching over us. When you were born, she tied a red string around your wrist, a charm to keep you safe. So great aunt means that is her aunt's mother. That's your great aunt. She must have loved Alma because she tied that red string around her wrist because she believed that would help her stay safe. Hello, Pura. It's me, Alma. Candela was your other grandmother. She always stood up for what was right. So Candela was her grandmother, and here she is marching with all of her children and with other people. They are marching because there is a problem, and they want everyone to know about it and to fix it. So they're marching. I am Candela. She likes that idea of doing what's right and marching if you have to. I love the story of my name. Now tell me about Alma, Daddy. Where does that come from? So he's told her about all the different parts of her name and who she's named after. And now she says, well, who was the other Alma? And Daddy says, I picked the name Alma just for you. You are the first and only Alma. You will make your own story. So there's no other Almas in her family. She's the first.
Alma, Sofia, Esperanza, Jose, Pura, Candela. That's my name, and it fits me just right. I am Alma, and I have a story to tell. And then the author has a note at the end where she tells about her name. And at the end of her note, she says, "What is the story of your name? What story would you like to tell?" So that's something you can ask your grown-ups. You can say, "Why did you give me this name that you gave me?" Or maybe you have more than one name and you can say, "Why did you give me that name?" There could be a story there. Maybe they just gave you that name because they loved the name and they love you. Maybe it's for someone in the family, or maybe it's for someone they admire. There's a story to your name, some kind of story. You can find out what it is. And then know that as long as you live, you have your story to tell. So, Dodo, did Jeff tell you that sometimes we like to sing at preschool meeting? Yes, you did. That was good of you to tell Dodo. Well, there was a song we did at a recent preschool meeting that I thought I could show to the children again, and I could show you both too. And it's about a dog whose name is Bingo. And in the song, we learn how to spell the name. Should we? Yes, I think another time we could have a song about a bear. I think that's a really good idea. Do you think so too, Jeff? Jeff, that's so sweet. Jeff said we could even do 2 songs about a bear. I think that sounds kind. Okay, let's hear our song about a dog named Bingo. Children, for a song today, I would like to sing Bingo. It has to do with pets. It's about a farmer who has a pet dog, and the dog's name is Bingo. You may already know this song, but just in case you don't, I'll tell you what we do during this song. We sing the spelling of Bingo's name. So we sing B-I-N-G-O. When you put those letters together, it spells bingo, bingo. But as the song progresses, we start dropping the letters. We don't say them out loud, we think them, and we clap instead. So we'll say, instead of saying B-I-N-G-O, we do this. I-N-G-O, I-N-G-O. And then the next time we'll do N-G-O. Until by the end of the song, we're just clapping out that name. It's really fun. Okay, I hope you like it. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh. And Bingo was his name. Oh. Let's count the bears. 1, 2. Now let's count the trees. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tucked behind there, 8, 9, 10. 10 trees and 2 bears. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Dodo wanted to show you his safety badge. Do you see? It says safety, S-A-F-E-T-Y, and it means that you are a helper when it comes to being safe, right? That's right. Did you have fun at preschool meeting today? You did? Will you come back another time? Oh, great. Okay.